What's going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And we are back with what is likely to be our last match for our traditional Throne of Eldraine draft. Again, like we said at the end of the last video, if you missed it, I'm not sure if you can do more past 5 wins because the line kind of fades into nothingness here. But either win or lose, it looks like this will be our last one. This has been a blast. This is such a cool deck.
Yeah, it really is.
I like it a lot.
And it's not even Gruul.
No. Amy's the Gruul one out of us. And we're facing the yellow one, who is the blue mage in Jace.
So I'm the Gruul one, and he's the yellow one.
There you go. Well, we have 2 land.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Which we could play this and this.
Oh, okay.
And if we draw one more of anything, we get Tempting Witch. If we draw one more black, we get Lost Legion.
All right.
But we need 2 black and something else. Or no, 2 black. Or one more black and something else.
That's fine.
For bacon to a pie?
We keep it.
Tough.
My gut said to mulligan, but you explained it away. So
I mean, I don't know that I was trying to explain it to, like, you know, make you think one way or the other. I wasn't certain about it, but I'm okay. Ooh, Witching Well. I may have spoken too soon last time and jinxed us. I did mention that we had not yet played against a mill strategy. And and here we are.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
The yellow one is a blue mage
now,
playing a blue deck.
Let's not forget, while they put them both on top. Oh, we drew another land. That's good. Now we have a Marrowleaf Rider. So if they're dirtling around with playing things that draw them cards and whatnot, we could hit them for like 3 or 6 really early in the game. Ha-ha! Look at that. Success. Let's attack for 3. Wow. That worked. Okay. Now the question is, we have 3 mana, but we don't have Lost Legion because we don't have 2 black.
Right.
We can either Tempting Witch as a 1/3 and try to get a food strategy going, or we have Smitten Swordmaster, which is only 2 mana, so we're not like super effectively using our mana this turn, but it's more power since they have no toughness they have no defense on their side.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
That one? Okay. So we're not using this ability, even though if we draw a black, we have a second Knight. So then we drain them for 2, and we gain 2.
And we can't come back to that because it's an adventure.
Correct.
Damn it.
So would you rather do the witch first?
The witch.
All right. All right. So we have a 3/1 and a 1/3. We get a food. And we end our turn. If we draw one more land, we can put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. So we could make this have 3 toughness and 5 power. They have a 1/1 flyer that when it enters, they draw a card. They are black and blue. Oh, sorry. Resolves. My bad.
No, it doesn't. It never resolves.
Yeah, that's it. You're done.
Conflict continues.
Yeah. All right, so the only thing that we can profitably attack with is the Tempting Witch, because if they block our 3/1, it dies and they killed it with a 1/1, even though it's a flyer. So I say we just attack with our Witch. Does that make sense? Because then again, if they block, their creature just dies, so I'm assuming they just take the 1. Yep. Now we can play our cat.
Yeah.
And drain them. And we have a food out, so if it somehow dies...
Drain.
Like Eldraine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Land.
This game's so drain. It's Eldraine.
Wow. That's very Spanish of you. So yeah, they can use their 4 mana to draw 2 cards at any point if they want to. I was gonna... Oh, okay. Are they attacking? They're not. They're leaving it back as a blocker. To be fair, it stops our 3/1 from attacking, so I don't blame them. We drew a land. It was not the exact land that I wanted, but...
Yeah.
It does mean that our 3/1 can start attacking now as a 5/3.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, they can counter it. They did not counter it. Well, friend, I'm sorry for that then. I'm like not sorry, but I am sorry. Sure. Do they have a pump spell or something, or? Because our familiar's just going to come back. That's why I attacked with it. Like, they're blocking so they can trade, but it's better for us if it dies. Okay. Works for me. I'll end our turn. I will do this at the end of theirs and bring it back with the food sacrifice. They, like I said, they spent the 4 mana to draw 2 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 9 cards in their hand. Maybe they're looking for a second black. Maybe they're not. They have to play 2 cards. Now they have to play 1. Otherwise they discard, but I'm assuming they have something for 5. Maybe not. Wow. Sure, let's play the cat. They're part blue. Maybe they have like counter spells and stuff, but they didn't counter our 2 Unveiled Tree Folk, so I don't get it. They're at 8. We can attack them for 7.
Whoa. Okay.
There are flash creatures in blue. There's the flyers that they're like little pixie things that when you draw your second card in a turn, they get +1/+1 counter, and they have flash. I don't remember the mana cost for that flash, but
Oh, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather.
No, but it took me a second to get what you meant, but no. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. I say we attack. If they flash something in, we can bake it into a pie. And if they don't, then we have the Lost Legion as a follow-up.
Okay.
Ooh, what? Are they going to 1? They have to have something. They're turning our 5/3 into a pumpkin, or they're bouncing it to our hand, and they draw a card, and they make a food token.
Oh, okay.
That is just fine. So they take 2 and go to 6. We go to damage.
We're still at 8, though.
Oh, they are using So Tiny to give our creature -2/-0. We do not have 7 or more cards in our graveyard. So yeah, that's fine. So they take 1 damage. Okay. That was a lot for not a lot. That's fine. I will play this Lost Legion and scry 2.
Ooh.
We have a Giant Skewer and another land. We actually need that land to play the 2 Unveiled Tree Folk, and I think that goes on top.
Okay.
Can we play this? Yeah, why the heck not? They already know we have it. And they're tapped out, so it's not like they're countering it. Now we have 2 blockers, but God knows we're at 22, so who the hell cares on blocking right now. I still don't get their deck yet. They finally found a second black, but it was over here, so it means that they had it for a while. So
I don't get much of a sense that they get their deck. You know?
I don't know. Like, this is a good bounce spell, and this is a draw spell that they didn't use. Did they have to discard? Yeah. What? No? Why did they...
Mill strategy. If they have too many cards, they gotta get rid of some, right?
There you go. Well, they have to discard down to 7 at the end of every one of
Right,
their turns.
right.
Yeah. But...
Look how many cards they have right now.
Well, they have 6, and they played a land. But I don't know what they're doing. Like, this is... Again, I don't pretend that I'm perfect at this game, and maybe there's a very obvious strategy that you're all screaming at me right now, because you're like, duh, Joe, they're obviously doing this, but I don't see it. Timeout used. They've used 4 mana to play... something? Maybe? Their game could be lagging?
Oh, yeah.
It's possible. I've seen there's a lot of like performance issues going around right now. Yeah. Revenge of Ravens. Okay. We have a land. Let's play that land. Now we can play the Tree Folk, or we can drain them for 1, 2, bring them to 5, and then attack them for 5, but they'd gain 2, and they have 2 mana up for their food. So maybe we just play the Tree Folk and try to get this done all at once. Plus, they already know we have that as a play. Sure, let's attack with these 2. Yep, we lose 2, they gain 2. But then they hopefully take 5. They put So Tiny on our creature. Okay. And So Tiny on our other creature. They have 3 So Tinies. 3 of them.
Oh.
They notably did not put it on our 6/5, though. But they could have a 4th one. This card is definitely not good enough to have drafted 3 of them. Just throwing that out there. Like, your draft had to go pretty badly for you to have 3 of these. Put an instant or a sorcery from your graveyard on top of your library, it's turned into a pumpkin. Okay, so they'll bounce this to our hand and let us use its adventure again? Because that would be sweet. We discard 2 cards. Interesting. So we discarded our Bacon to a Pie and our Smitten Swordmaster, but we drew our Giant Skewer. So let's play the Giant Skewer. Now, notably, with their Revenge of Ravens combined with their food, they won't die this turn.
How come they literally have nothing on the field right now?
Well, because they're trying to do stuff like this. They have a very bad mill deck. Ooh, Sir Conrad, though. Good hit. And a Rosethorn Acolyte and a land. Okay. I mean, to be fair, we're attacking them for 6. They're trying to play a control deck, but they're doing it very poorly, is the answer to your question.
Okay.
They have turned into a pumpkin on the top, but again, if they bounce this, we just get to use its ability, put 2 counters on this, and then start swinging in again for more. They scry 1 and draw a card. We know everything that they have. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, except for this 1 card. They could have played this 4/5, but it would just die to this.
They did play that card.
Well, no, they played the adventure side of it. We discarded 2 cards for that. So let's go to combat. They can turn this into a pumpkin, but I want them to, so sure. They gain a life, then they bounce it with turn into a... That's such a bad idea. Okay. You do you, friend. Yep, that sounds amazing. They do get a food, and they draw a card, but I'm just going to do this now. Like, I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to end my turn. Yeah, like, now we have a 3/3. They gain 3 and go to 7. No problem. They can do that again and go to 10, but we're still at 18. Like, we're not being threatened here at all. And in fact, we have a spectacular blocker still if they start attacking us.
That's good.
Also, if we get more food, we have this Tempting Witch.
Food.
To make them lose 3 life. So it's the opposite of food. We give them food, but instead of them gaining 3, they lose 3.
Yeah, because it's a poison apple.
Correct. Or a poison curly banana.
Which is just weird.
Or glowy pomegranate or golden apple. 3 mana. 4. For Fae of Wishes, choose a non-creature they own from outside the game, reveal it and put it into their hand. But it's got to go into their hand. They have to reveal it so we get to see what it is. They're playing Memory Theft on us, so they can not... Oh, right, they removed that thing from exile. That's fine. But Fae of Wishes got them what? Nothing? Oh, non-creature. So they got Memory Theft.
Right.
Okay. Oh, I see. And now we have 7 or more cards in our graveyard. Interesting. I guess I should have put it here. Well, they know we have the swamp. Might as well play it. We have no attacks. Interesting. Okay. I would love to draw Forever Young. We could put all these creatures back, all 3 of them, and then not have 7 cards in our graveyard anymore. So these would get bigger again. Interesting. Okay. Oh, they're getting rid of our... Nope, they're milling us for 4. Okay. None of them were Forever Young, and now they're playing their 0-4. Yeah, they have a bad version of this deck. It's working now for them, but it took this long. These are... I don't know. I mean, again, right, they're locking down 3 of our creatures, so maybe I'm, like, speaking out of my ass, but I don't think so. They have a 1/4 flyer and a land. There's a Savvy Hunter. Sweet. Sure, pass. They gain 3 life and go to 10, as expected. But now they're out of food. This deals 3 damage and kills this. That's fine. That was their last bit of removal. Forever Young would be really nice here. Bake into a Pie works too. Let's hold it up. Let's see if they have anything else. I'm waiting for this Reaper of Night to come down. Hey, what do you know? It resolves. Pass to attackers. They can attack us for 1. Pass to blockers. Pass to damage. And then when they pass, I will see if they have a counterspell. They don't. Works for me. Do I auto-sack this food to make them lose 3? No, not yet. Not yet. We have Ginger Brute. Let's use its ability. Can't be blocked except by creatures with haste. And let's hit... Oh, that would be dumb. They have this thing. That would be very foolish. Okay. I won't do it. I used its ability, but I didn't screw up. I tapped 1 land, but it's not like we were going to use it for anything else, so that's fine. I caught myself. What are they? They're looking at their graveyard. So maybe they have a Forever Young. Oh. But now notably, when it enters, if you control an artifact or an enchantment, they do return a creature that we control to our hand. Who is it? Our Ginger Brute? Okay. I mean, it's got haste. What? Who cares? I mean, I guess it's not this. Like, they're just trying to get value, so that's fine. Pass to attackers. They attack us for 1 again. Pass to blockers. I have no blocks. Pass to damage. We go to 15. Our turn. We drew another land. That's frustrating. Let's play a land. Let's play a Ginger Brute. They can counter it. I would love for you to use a counterspell on this. Damn it. Okay.
I'm sure they have more where that came from anyways.
Oh, yeah. It's just going to take them a while to draw it. They only have 2 cards in hand. Like, their field is not that impressive. This Moonlit Scavengers, if it attacks, is going to get blocked by this Cauldron Familiar. And each thing that we block with are things with So Tiny on it. And I'll just get rid of it. Okay, so they're just hitting us for 1 consistently. I don't know that I care. Do I? I don't care. Okay. Okay. They have 3 cards in hand. That's not great. The more cards they get, the worse this becomes. I won't lie. They discard 2 cards to bounce it to their hand so they can go get another card from their sideboard. They discarded 2 lands, which is a good sign. And they replay the... Sure. And then they can replay the Fae of Wishes as well. What are they getting?
Yo mama.
They could have another Memory Theft. That would be a bad choice here. But it has to be a non-creature. So what are they going to pick?
Big into a pie.
Well, yeah, but then they'd have it in their deck. It's a Foreboding Fruit.
I was kidding.
Yeah. I'm sure you were. I apologize. Do I have anything to do? No. They're at 10. Oh, we drew another land. That's par for the course. I'd love some gas. That'd be cool. Like, not a land, so we can try to win this game, maybe? Deck, help us out here.
Lands are gas.
Yeah, of course. In a landfall deck. Okay, they play a 1/1 flyer that draws them a card. It resolves. Don't forget, this is game 1. They play a 1/4. What a surprise. With flying as well. Pass to attackers, and it's my turn. Thank God. Oh my God. Thank you. Look at all of this gas that we're about to just draw into our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want these 4. What do you think? I don't want the Rosethorn Acolyte, and I don't want this... I don't want the Rosethorn Acolyte.
Okay.
But I'll take everything else.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does it let me pick the order? I think it does. Yeah, it does. Okay. The top is going to be Sir Conrad, Then the Paladin. We can't stop their flyers with anything. Then this.
But that guy can't fly.
None of these guys can fly, no.
But he's got a dead dragon right next to him. He looks real happy.
Yeah, he does. He's in fact very smitten by that dragon, apparently. Do they have the counterspell? They do not, and Sir Conrad is on the board. Hell yeah. Let's pass for now. They could have a removal spell, they could have a bounce spell, they could have lots of things here. But we shall see. Notably, we still had 9 cards in our graveyard, so it didn't make a ton of sense to try to just grab everything no matter what, because we still would have had then 8, because we only left 1 creature. Excuse me. They're looking through our deck to see what cards we chose. They're looking at Cauldron Familiar for some reason. And maybe just pointing out the fact that if they attack with their 4/5, we're going to block with our Cauldron Familiar instead of our Sir Conrad. Because, of course, we are. We can also sack our Ginger Brute to gain 3 life and drain them for 1 with Sir Conrad. Because it's a food and a creature.
Yeah. Itchy. Sorry, guys. I'm like, ugh. You're probably only listening to me go scratch, 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 scratch.
All right. They're thinking hard. I don't blame them. It took us a while to decide what we were doing last turn. We've got our Paladin next, which is really good. It's going to be a 5/5.
It's like the first time we're actually getting to play.
Oh, okay. So they're bouncing our Sir Conrad. And that's it? Oh, and the Merfolk Secret Keeper to mill us for 4. So they get rid of our top 4 creatures. Interesting. Good move. We still have Sir Conrad, though.
Life total is them.
Yeah. Okay, so they draw 2 and lose 2. Okay. They're at 8. Now they mill us for 4. So all of our creatures that we saved go away. Pass to attackers. Interesting, they did not mill us yet. 2 in the air. I have nothing to say to that. Okay, we're at 12.
I thought they would have knocked us down.
Oh, and they didn't mill us. Why?
Again.
Okay, well, now we can play both of these. But what do I want them to... Alright, let's give them this first. Because if they counter it, then I'm okay with that. As opposed to them countering Sir Conrad, at least. They didn't do it. And Sir Conrad, also not countered, so they just don't have a counterspell. That's good to know. And we pass. This is...
We are very wide here.
All right, they're at 11. Well, yeah, but 4 of our creatures are useless right now.
Yeah. Well...
And this is only useful for food. Like, we can, make food tokens or whatever. Okay, so they didn't care about the Paladin, I guess? They mill us for 4 now. Okay. They get rid of the Tree Folk. Oh, okay. They... Ooh.
Bognaughty.
Wow. Okay, but 4 Sir Conrads happened. So thanks for that, I guess. Perfect. Then they play the 0/4 at some point. I mean, it's just a blocker. Like, that's fine. If they attack with both of their flyers, then we can be pretty confident in the fact that this Paladin... Oh, actually, regardless, this Paladin's fine, because they can't block it with small creatures. So the Paladin can attack for 5. They can block with their 0/4 or their 4/5. But either way... Oh, they can't block... Again, can't block with the 0/4. All right. Drew a land. Of course we did. They got our Bognaughty, which was the random card, and then we drew a land. That's fine.
Bognaughty was a flyer.
Yeah, it's a 3/3 flyer. It's better than both of their creatures. Let's attack for 5 and see what happens. Sure. We go to 11, they go to 8. They take it all? Or they... No, they would block... The only thing they can block with is this 4/5, because this can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Okay, so their creature is going to die, which means Sir Conrad goes off. Unless they have something in hand. which presumably they would use faster than this. Like, if I had a spell that I knew was going to save... Okay, I would just snap it off immediately, right? Like, that's the idea. Thank you, Sir Conrad. And we end our turn. They are at 7, and none of their creatures can block this 5/5. Which means if they take the damage from the 5/5, they die because this drains them for 3 with this food that we have. So, they pass to attackers, and now it's our turn. We drew a Wolf's Quarry, which are boar, which are 1/1s, which if they die, we get food, but they're not flyers. So let's go to combat. Let's attack with the Paladin only and see what happens. Sure. They have something. They have a So Tiny, which would shrink it to -1 again. Okay. I was debating whether to attack with Sir Conrad, but I know that he is very helpful to us here, so I didn't want to yet. So they're going to get hit for -1, which is not great. 6 out of 10 will leave us 4, so that's fine. Let's go to damage, and then on second main, we will play the Wolf's Quarry. We get the boar out, and then...
You're a bore.
Wow, rude. That was a good one, though. Okay, so they did, in fact, have 4 So Tiny. They are bouncing our Sir Conrad again, and their Merfolk Secret Keeper to try to mill us. We have 8 cards left in our library. Let's note that. And let's, before Sir Conrad goes away, let's sacrifice our Ginger Brute. They're at 7. Now it resolves. Okay. Mill us for 4. We go to 4 cards left in our library. Whenever they cast an adventure, instant, or sorcery, they may choose new targets for the copy. Yeah, they said good game. This is game 1, friend. Your deck is very slow. It resolves. We'll go to game 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To be fair, it might have been better to concede there. In fact, I should do it right now. Because I don't want them to be able to look through our graveyard and see what else we have that they had not seen yet. That's an important piece of strategy.
Yeah.
I don't... They're running a mill deck.
Yeah.
It is not necessarily a bad strategy to literally just put in another Foreboding Fruit, 2 Memory Thefts, the other Tree Folk, and 1 more Wolf's Quarry, just to pad our deck and make it bigger.
Okay,
since they're trying to mill us out.
Rid of?
Nothing. They're trying to mill us out. The more cards we have, the longer that takes.
Okay.
That's my point. So we put in good cards. Like, we're still not putting in, like, this garbage.
That we're allowed to have extra.
Oh, yeah. You can have over 40. It's going to tell you that you want 40, but I'm just going to do this. Like, what does this do? Attacks or blocks? Another none? No. Does this do anything for us? No. I mean, I guess late game, because they're going to go late game. We do this. And we do this. Yes, we definitely want to get things out of our graveyard.
We have another boar.
I know, but we already have 4 6-drops. That's enough. I guess we said the game goes long. Yeah, I just don't...
We can discard stuff if we end up with extra cards or whatever.
Yeah, I just don't want those 5 cards in our opening hand every time.
All we have are 6-drops.
Well, yeah, that's the problem, right? But that's fine. We added like 7 or 8 cards to our deck. We will play first. We have 4 black, a double black with Sir Conrad, the Tree Folk, which needs 1 green by turn 4, and the Wolf's Quarry. Thoughts?
I don't like it, but...
Again, 5, 6, 6 in our hand. So I would mulligan this one. Why, you think we keep?
It's got Sir Conrad.
Okay, we'll keep it. Let's see. Oh, come on. Be responsive. Okay. Okay. Forest is not necessary until turn 4. but we just need a land. Bake into a pie is good. We need a land. Any land for Sir Conrad. By turn 5, I don't think that's too much to ask. They draw a card. There's a land. That's fine.
Okay.
We do have Bake into a Pie, but it is not worth it yet. Not for this. They can get in for 1 free damage for now. That's fine. Oops, they said. Okay. I think because we're not playing anything by turn 4, so they're being a jerk about it, which is fine, I guess. Pass to attackers. Sure. There's the green. Okay. So it's Sir Conrad, followed by giving him... they have so much bounce, though. They have so much bounce that I don't know that it's totally worth it to do this, but maybe it is.
To do what? The adventure?
The 2+1/+1 counters. Because then it would make him a 7/6. Wow.
So just...
This game got real quiet all of a sudden. Come on, opponent. You said oops a second ago. You were mocking me. There you go. See, they have bounce. That's fine. So we can replay that and then have 1 mana left over? That's fine. So they got a food token and they drew a card. Okay. But that was on their main phase? Yeah, it was. They play a land, they attack. Okay. We drew Gingerbrute. Very nice. It's got haste.
It
so
does.
Sir Conrad comes down. No surprise there. Gingerbrute comes down. A little bit of a surprise there. Attacks. Oh, well, that's silly. Okay, whatever. That's an oops. That is a fair thing to say oops to. I forgot once again that they played their Revenge of Ravens, so all we did by attacking with Gingerbrute was bring ourselves to 17. Because they gained 1 and then just lost 1 from the damage. Sure, they have another Tome Raider. That's fine. Sir Conrad will almost certainly be attacking this turn. I'm going to use the counters on the Gingerbrute. Now, So Tiny is 1 blue mana, and they have at least 4 of them in the deck. Non-human, so this actually works really well for us here. Although notably...
Since it was like trash, basically.
Yeah, but notably then we can't attack or can't play the Tree Folk, because we only have 1 green.
Oh.
But the Tree Folk also gives 2 counters, so yeah, I'd rather do that. Okay, it worked. We can use this ability to make it unblockable, but I would rather if they blocked, to be honest. Let's attack with both. Again, they do have So Tiny if they want it.
They have 2 Revenge of Ravens?
No. We attacked with 2 creatures.
Oh, well.
So they take 8 here, hopefully, and go to 14. They're debating on So Tiny, I assume. With 6 cards in their hand, you have to assume they have So Tiny. Like, they had 4 of them last game.
Yeah.
They're bouncing Sir Conrad, and that... I think we baked that into a pie. I don't really need you drawing more cards. Yep, and the creature died, so Sir Conrad goes off before he goes back to our hand, and now it resolves. Thank you. Now to blockers. Now they put a So Tiny on it. Not a surprise. Okay, but they still take 1, so it negates both of the life that they gained from that originally. Sure. And we end our turn. How do we win this game? If we draw any land, there's something to be said for... We have 1 card in our graveyard. There's something to be said for playing Sir Conrad, playing Insatiable Appetite, sacking this, and getting in for 6 damage. They make us discard 2 cards. That resolves. I say we discard these. We put extras of them in our deck.
Yeah, we did.
And this we didn't, and this we don't have any more of than this. And I think this helps quite a bit. They get an instant or sorcery from their graveyard on top of their library. And it will be the Run Away Together to bounce Sir Conrad again. Pass to attackers. Pass to blockers. Damage. Okay. Alright. Foreboding Fruit is good here. We know they have the Run Away Together, so they would bounce this, or they play this and bounce it later. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is 2 mana, so if they have a land, they'd still need another turn for it. I think I just do this for now. Yes, I'll pay the Adamant. Draw 2, lose 2, make a food, get a land. Sure. If we attack, and we go like this, and we sack this food, it's a 6/7, so sure. And then you take 6. You could so tiny it again, but I think that'd be a waste. Alright, so they're at 15, we're at 10. It's not amazing, won't lie. Sure, they go to 18. This is our first time playing against the mill deck. What do you think?
Ugh.
Yeah, it's
hate it.
Yeah, it's very annoying, and it is the easiest deck to draft in this format because the bots on Arena don't care. Although to be fair, again, as I said, I don't love So Tiny either. No. So if the bot were just me instead, I also wouldn't pick So Tiny. So it would definitely go around enough. But yeah, I'll take the 1. And I draw a bacon to a pie. Would you look at that? I would like to use that, please, on this annoying thing. They didn't have the mana for Run Away Together, so I'll pass. That 4/5 could kill our Sir Conrad.
No.
Well, that's why it's dead now. Alright. Yep. There's a Fae of Wishes. They can use it to get the Memory Theft again. Non-land, so they're going to choose Sir Conrad. But now they know we have the Paladin as well. But we don't have the 3 green or anywhere close to it. So. There's, like, you pick Sir Conrad here, FYI. I know you have Run Away Together and you think that's better to, like, bounce it or whatever, but just pick Sir Conrad. That's, like, easily the best card in our deck. No question.
Right.
Wow. Okay. I don't think that makes sense, but sure. Do they have a counterspell? They don't. Are you just planning on bouncing it? Because that's expected. Each player puts the top card of their library into their graveyard. 21 versus 30. So we could totally do that. Let's pass. We could mill them out with Sir Conrad. And it would... okay, so they're going to bounce...
Mill the Miller.
Yeah, they're going to bounce Sir Conrad, or at least attempt to. Now they're targeting Sir Conrad. We have 2 mana. We don't need to gain life yet. So let's use his ability. And mill us each for 1. Land and Memory Theft. Okay. It's funny that, well, I guess they didn't use Run Away Together because they wanted to attack first, but I guess they get the creature on the field. Wolf's Quarry. We can't play it. We don't have double green. Sir Conrad, surprise, surprise, comes back out again, and we pass. Sir Conrad will not be blocking the 4/5, but the Ginger Brute can. And in fact, let's not forget, because I kind of did for a little while, let's not forget for 5 mana, we can re-equip this Rosethorn Halberd onto whatever we would like. It just costs 5 mana, and the games go long. Yeah, so. Okay, they're going to put their 2 creatures on top of their library. Okay. And they draw their Reaper of Night, which they're going to use to make me discard 2 cards. That's fine. Sir Conrad goes off because a creature went into our graveyard. So we drain, or we hit them for 1. We don't drain them with Sir Conrad, but still. Sir Conrad's pretty good. Pass to attackers. I mean, you attack with... Okay, I was going to say, you attack with the 4/5. I'm just blocking with the Gingerbread, so... pass to damage. Okay. We're at 5. We drew a Maraleaf Rider. For 2. Now for 5 mana we can re-equip, but then we don't have the mana for that. So no thank you.
You could eat some pie.
I'm thinking about it. I think it's better to eat the Gingerbread because it triggers Sir Conrad. And then their So Tiny goes away, which, to be fair, it doesn't matter either way. Okay, so Sir Conrad's about to go away, and they're bouncing their Moonlit Scavengers, which when they play it, they can then bounce something else later. So why don't I do this now? Hit them for 1. It all resolves? Yeah, it all resolves. Sir Conrad goes away. Moonlit Scavengers comes out, bounces our 3/1 as well. Not that it would have been able to block the flyers, which are the only things attacking, but it's more mana that we have to spend next turn. Go to 6.
Don't like it.
Again, it's the deck we have to contend with. Ooh, Forever Young. We have a bunch of creatures in our graveyard, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 creatures in our graveyard. So if we play Sir Conrad here, 5. We have 7 total, so we could do 5, 6, 7. But that's not good enough, is it? We could do... Oh, yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's do that. Yes. Oh, okay, good. They have the Reaper of Night. They've already made us discard 2 cards, so I'm not worried about that with Forever Young. And we already have it in our hand. So if they're able to kill anything, it becomes a viable target for Forever Young. So I'm fine with that. We're at 6. I will pass. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. They bounced the Fae of Wishes to get something else back from their sideboard. We have 26. They have 17. So notably, Sir Conrad's ability would be pretty nice right now. I will happily block. Yes, please. Block. It's a Forever Young target. But to be fair, they're not really milling us right now. So, I mean, they are and they're not, right? Like, they're putting things into our graveyard. We do have 12 cards in the graveyard, but that's not what's killing us. This is what's killing us. So, now they mill us for 4 more. Tempting Witch goes into the graveyard. Revenge of Ravens. Well, unfortunately, that would have helped us last game, but not this game. So... what is best here? We still have 1 green. We have not drawn a second forest
Yeah, that's
for
dumb.
the entire game.
Yeah, it's real dumb.
All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've just lost this one.
Yeah.
We lost this one a while ago. But we're going to play it out because we're here to make a video. So we're going to pick all of them. We have 5 mana available to us. So we're going to put this guy up top. Then those, I guess. Sure. We have a 4/4. It's going to block and die immediately. It's the only thing we could have done besides play out Sir Conrad to chump block, but we still lose. So, regardless, that is the end of this one. I really don't feel like giving this opponent the satisfaction. They were really rude and annoying before, so I'm just going to end it there. But that is the end. We have 2 losses, 4 wins. I consider this deck a very big positive.
Yeah.
This deck was great. I want to thank you all very, very much for watching. Once again, we don't know if 5 wins is the max that you can get in this format. Feel free to let us know in the comments below, but
Yeah.
you know, we'll probably try to play with more decks and stuff in the future. But regardless, we have 4 wins, 2 losses. Let's claim our prize. Boom. 1,800 gems and 5 packs.
Sweet.
That is a very nice prize considering we spent 2,000 gems
Yeah.
to enter this event in the first place.
Ugh.
So,
It
we
looks
are...
like a gusher.
yeah, a little. We're only 200 gems down overall, but we got 5 packs of the deal. Plus, as you've seen if you've been watching the other videos, we've been like completing daily tasks and things like that in the process. So we've gotten a lot more than this as our rewards. So regardless, this was an absolute blast. I really hope that you all enjoyed. Amy, what did you think of our first traditional Throne of Eldraine draft?
I really liked it a lot until we got to the mill tag.
Well, and again, from what I've heard, that's the deck that you face often. But to be fair, we faced it once out of 6 times that we played it.
I'm surprised it was
Right.
so few times.
Well, but that goes to show, like, either we got lucky or maybe it's not as prevalent as some people make it seem.
Right.
It can sometimes, I guess, depend on the opponents that you're randomly matched up with.
Yeah.
You know, if you get unlucky and play against that deck 4 times in a row,
well, also that deck wasn't that great. I mean,
it was and it wasn't. So originally, those cards individually are bad. They're just bad. But when you put together the fact that they had 4 So Tiny, I don't know how many Merfolk Secret Keepers they had, but So Tiny in and of itself is bad. But when you have enough to play it on every creature your opponent has on the field, then it's great. Like then it's obviously amazing, because what are you supposed to do against a 1-drop flash thing that when you attack with something, they gain a life and you lose a life for doing it, and then they make your creature so small that it doesn't even deal them damage. Like then there's nothing you can do about it. I agree. I stand by my statement that I don't think that's a very good card. But if you have 4 of them combined with a mill strategy, combined with
and that's the thing. Anything's good if you have enough of it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So that's my opinion. Again, if you disagree, if you're like, Joe, listen, you don't get it, So Tiny is amazing, then let me know. Maybe, I can be proven wrong. I've been wrong before. I'm sure I'll be wrong again. But regardless, thank you all so very much for watching. We really hope that you enjoyed. This has, like I said, has been so much fun. So please leave any and all thoughts, comments in the comments down below. That's what it's there for. Hey, it's almost like that's the name or something.
Nah.
But yes, for now, we will be back next week with something else. I can't promise you that I know what it is, but it will be something, so don't you worry about that. But for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, we want to thank you all once again. Please check out the other videos that are going to be popping up on the screen, the other things that will be happening here. I guess I'll just leave it off on this screen. Oh, I lied. We spent 1,500 gems, so we made our money back and then some.
Sweet.
That's even better. But regardless, I have been Joe.
And I'm Amy.
And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.